Good morning, everyone. I hope you're having a wonderful weekend. For those of you in the West, congratulations on Friday night being here. For us in the East, it is Saturday morning, and we are ready to roll with another DoMoreLife live stream. And we are going to break down this thing that they call the Phuket Sandbox model, and we're going to talk about it in detail. I may give a personal update at some point during this video, but if not, I may just do an entire personal update video tomorrow. We will have a live stream tomorrow at the same time, same place. So I have not put out a video this week due to numerous circumstances that have arisen, and I apologize for that. But the good news is the live chat's here, and I've welcomed everyone except Robert back in Asia. Good to see you. Griffin, hello to you. Bob, good to see you, Bob. Robert, New York Frank, my man, good to see you. I want to tell you what this video is going to be about, so if you guys want to go ahead and hit the thumbs up button, I would greatly appreciate it. Gotta love Thailand, good to see you. Filthos has made it. Set the pigeons loose, I hear you. It's good to see everybody in the chat this morning. Hopefully we'll have some people tuning in, because it's going to be a serious chat about what's going to happen with the Phuket Sandbox model, and I'm going to kind of sum it up for you here in the description of this video. So this is what we're going to talk about. In this video, we discuss the Phuket Sandbox model for Thailand's tourism industry. Thailand has set some very strict rules for the first phase of its reopening to international tourism. The Sandbox model is the first phase of Thailand's reopening for foreign tourists. This scheme is set to take place on the island of Phuket, Thailand. As of July 1st, 2021, the island is set to reopen to foreign tourists who have been completely vaccinated. The following information is valid as of June 12th, 2021. After getting a certificate of entry or COE from a Thai embassy in your home country and proving that you have been fully vaccinated, you will be allowed to book a flight to and stay in a hotel in Phuket, Thailand. You must stay on the island for 14 days. Thailand says this is not a quarantine, but what else do you call limiting you to a certain location for a certain period of time? While you are there, you will receive 2 tests. In addition, there are no plans for Phuket's nightlife or entertainment venues to be open. At this time, I am not sure if the alcohol ban will remain in effect. Right now, the alcohol ban is still in effect and is likely to stay that way. Let me continue the description and I'll get to the comments over there. However, if the plan is to lure tourists to Phuket with no nightlife or entertainment to benefit from, it would not surprise me if they did not allow alcohol either. Here's a fun fact. While you are held on the island for 14 days, you cannot take boat tours to surrounding islands or other tourist hotspots. In my humble opinion, the initial Sandbox model in Phuket will fail. The governing bodies will see that it is failing, ease restrictions, and then see the model succeed. There will also be news and updates on the travel and tourism sector in this video. That's a pretty bold statement. I get it. I understand. I can see why people would be like, Jeremy, you don't know what you're talking about. So we're going to talk about some news, and then we're going to talk about some other fun stuff. Good morning, Ross. Good to see you, bud. I think quicksand is more appropriate. Michael, hello from Buffalo, New York. Joshua, good morning. Travel TV, what's up, man? Lyle is in the house. Hello, Mr. Lyle. Good to see you. Frank says it's a lot of fun. Sounds like a lot of fun to me. I don't see the lure in it. I really don't. I'm going to read some stuff from the news, but basically I'm just going to talk about it more than anything else. Mary says, yeah, it's a joke. In the beginning, it didn't sound like a joke. right now, let me give you some numbers, and I'll address some of this thing. Just so you guys can kind of understand where I'm coming from and why I'm saying that Thailand's being, with this sandbox model, like super uh, abundantly cautious. Like abundantly cautious to the point where why would you really want to come? And I'm going to talk about that in this video. And, hopefully I don't get in any kind of trouble because I'm just stating my opinion, but we'll see what happens. I want to tell you what they've done in 4 days in terms of now that they actually have jabs available here in the country. They've jabbed 1.4 million people in 4 days. In 4 days, they jabbed 1.4 million people. That's a good, to me, that's massive progress compared to what they were doing. They've ordered another 20 million doses of the Pfizer vax to come in. There's now a website where foreigners can register. We'll talk about that in a little while. You can register for a vax. Are you experienced? Hadn't seen you in forever. It's good to see you, sir. Thank you for dropping by. So here's the deal. Let's say you're sitting in, well, let me catch the comments real quick. Hang on. Hey, Jose says, definitely am considering it. Just sad the nightlife and bars being closed, but I understand. Yeah, I don't. I'm sorry, I don't. Anon says it may succeed around October or so, but no sooner. I don't see it happening then either. I see it happening when they change some of the parameters, and I'll get to that. Yeah, I'm going to pull some information, Mary, from the Tiger, and we're gonna discuss that. Here's the problem, as I see it. Initially, they had said you will be on the island for 7 days. You couldn't really go anywhere. You couldn't take boat tours and that kind of thing. Okay, so you got to stay in Phuket for 7 days with no nightlife and no entertainment venues open. Not much to do, but it's still Phuket. You got some beautiful beaches there. There's some temples there that are beautiful. There's a lot of things in Phuket that are beautiful. I haven't personally been, but there are many friends of mine who have personally been. I was slated to go, but then we had the third wave come in and it didn't work. Sounds more like a litter box. Griffin, I don't disagree. Travel TV says I'm on the fence about going to what it's like after July. I would definitely wait. If I'm sitting in a country right now, and I have done my due diligence, my research, and trying to find out what this sandbox thing is all about. I can break it down for you in a nutshell right now, without having to pull up any news. Filtho says alcohol is a disinfectant, so it makes sense that it would promote V spread, especially after dark. It's just logic. Fair enough. At this point, I'm frustrated because of the schools. And I'll talk about the schools toward the end of the video. Yes, they've been given permission to reopen, but the schools that we teach at my school, I work at a private school, so the schools that we teach are not reopening. Therefore, I'm not getting paid. And that is a tremendous blow to my life in general. So I'm fed up. Just bear with me. My demeanor is probably not going to be the best today, but I'm going to bring you the news like I always do. So with that being said, here's the sandbox model as a whole. You're setting in your home country. Okay, you got to go to a Thai embassy, get a certificate of entry and a test that's no more than 72 hours old. Then you have to find a flight. All right, you have to find a flight that goes either to Bangkok Suvarnabhumi airport, not Don Muang. You can't. I haven't heard anything about going there, but you can go to Suvarnabhumi, and you can fly to Bangkok, and they will transport you to Phuket. Now that's good because that opens up more routes and more places for people to fly, more ways to get into Thailand. Or you can fly directly to Phuket, which is likely to be more expensive, but if you can afford it, you can afford it. Now, once you get to Phuket, you can change hotels when you get there. But you're essentially locked on the island. Not essentially, you're locked on the island. I mean, let's call it what it is. You're locked on the island for 14 days. As of right now, as of the making of this video, there is no sign. They are planning to have one more meeting about this before the reopening, but there's been no indication and no sign that there will be any nightlife venues open, any entertainment around the nightlife venues like live music shows, that kind of thing. There's been no hint of that reopening. There's been no hint of pubs and bars, just, your average bar or whatever, reopening. There's been no hint of whether or not alcohol bans will be released or imposed. It's my understanding that right now the alcohol ban in Phuket is still in place. I don't foresee them lifting that in the near future. They went from a good, optimistic approach in the Sandbox model to a overly protective approach. And there are some people that are predicting up to a little over 1 million tourists to come in through Phuket by 2021, by the end of this year. Some people, hey Rob, you go to Phuket for long walks on the beach. If that's what you go for, then you won't have a problem. Robert has just put up the PayPal link to my channel, and I will tell you, I don't normally say this, and I'm just going to be flat out honest with you. Any contributions you make over this weekend, will likely go to make sure that I get to stay in Thailand, because being without pay as a teacher here in Thailand is it's hard to pay bills when there's no income coming in. That I'm going to leave it at that. So we can use, when I say we, I'm talking about the channel, and myself personally can use all the help we can get, and I'm going to leave it at that. I don't want it to sound like I've never been an e-beggar. Never. I've always provided value for money that comes in, and I fully intend to keep it that way. The good news is I'll be on unpaid leave, so I can have live streams and make more videos, at least until the end of this month. The plan is for schools to go back, our schools to go back by July 1st. So, it is what it is. Back to the Phuket Sandbox model. Griffin says, Tim is late, but he's here. Hello, Tim. Welcome back. Griffin says, 20 days, still not official. No embassy knows about it. So can I get the paperwork done in time to fly by July 1st? Who knows, Griffin? At this point, who knows? Who knows? There's also a good way to support the channel and get some extra content and some perks. Robert just put up the channel member link. So if you'd like to be a channel member, you can do that. Mary says, I heard that you have to stay in certain hotels for 14 days. Then you can go around the island. That's what I thought we were avoiding. No, that's not the case. That case where you have to stay in a hotel for 14 days is if you want to come into any other part of Thailand. If you want to fly into any other part of Thailand and stay in that part of Thailand, then you're going to essentially be doing an ASQ 14 days in a hotel room. So It doesn't matter whether you've been fully jabbed or not. You're still going to be doing 14 days. Jose says that Griffin, I think you can for the visa exemption, but for an actual visa, might be cutting it close. That's another one that I'm just not sure of. Let me get back to the. Thank you very much for the first PayPal of the evening or of the morning. I really genuinely, thoroughly appreciate that. That came in from Mary, and I will post that. $20. I appreciate that very, 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 very much. Post it down here so no information is given away. There you go. Thank you very much, Mary. I appreciate that. I really, really appreciate that. Contributions are going to be essential this weekend. So thank you very much. RP says going to check out Costa Rica. Hope I enjoy it more than Mexico. So do I. So do I, brother. Hope you enjoy it more than Mexico. That would be. We have another PayPal. New York Frank. Frank, thank you very much, man. His whole name's on here. I'm going to cover it up. $25 more. Thank you guys so much. Thank you so much. Really, really, genuinely appreciate that. Guys are making my day already, making me feel better. Much appreciated. Much appreciated. Can't say thank you enough for the contributions this weekend. That's for sure. Costa Rica, check it out, Rob. I encourage people to check out Mexico, Costa Rica. I'm checking out other places, to be honest. Tim says, so Jeremy, did I get that right? You're on layoff right now. I am on a temporary furlough. Griffin, thank you very much. Griffin has sent $20 via the Cash App. Thank you, Griffin. I really, it's got your whole name up there, so I'll cover it up. But $20 from Griffin. Thank you, brother. These contributions are amazing, and I appreciate them coming in so quickly. Thank you, guys. I really thank you. So what's happened exactly with the layoff? We'll get back to Phuket in a minute since you brought it up, Tim. With the layoff, here's what's happening. They want to get us. We've worked the first 11 days of the month, basically. They want to get us 4 more days of work in the month so that they can give us half pay for the month, basically, is what it amounts to. And most people would say, well, you got to have some kind of savings or something, that kind of thing. But I really don't. I invested in some equipment for some software for the channel as promised, like I always do. Some compressors to compress some of the video files, some software to update my graphics card so this computer can last longer without me having to purchase another one. I also made some upgrades to my camera. Even though I hadn't been able to use it, I plan on using it again very soon, this coming week, especially with the time off. So that's exactly where I am on the school. I honestly thought we were going to be okay. I thought we were going to pull through June and be okay. But with the school, our school's not opening back up. You know, they're not going to pay us. We're on unpaid leave, so it is what it is. And that's kind of trying to catch you up there, Tim. Miami Beach says, are they really opening in 14 days? Yes. I'm going to get right back to that in just a minute as soon as I talk to Mike here. Greetings, amigo. Hugs from my 10-kilometer morning walk on Chom Beach. Peace. Hey, man. Enjoy your 10-kilometer walk. That's a long walk, brother. But thanks for stopping by and saying, hey, I know you had a live stream going. I don't know if you still do or not. I'm enjoying your road trip so far, bud. Fifto says, oh, good news update. The 22-hour flights are showing up again. When I checked flights from Philly to Bangkok in October, only the 30-plus hour flights were showing last weekend. Plus, the prices are down. That's good. Tim says, time to look for another gig then. No, I can't talk about that openly in public, Tim. You're welcome to message me, and we can talk about that. Filto says prices prices down from about $1,000 USD round trip to $759 for American Airlines, and only $808 for Qatar. And that's it, man. You guys are being super generous, just super generous. I cannot thank you guys enough. I just cannot say thank you enough for all the support here coming in. I won't mention this guy's name because we'll just call him Mr. M, and he just sent in another 20. I want to thank you very, very much for that. We've done all this without anybody setting a challenge or anything. So, yes, that's my Cash App tag, Robert. Thank you. I appreciate that. We're going to get a lot of information for the value of the money, I can assure you. So, SC, do I have enough savings to get by? In theory, yes. The hope is to not have to go into those savings. Those savings for me is very hard to come by. But it took me a long time to make a savings account, and I did a good job with savings account. We with the travel fund that we create here, or channel fund that we create here on the channel, it's been wow. It's been amazing to be able to create some savings, but unfortunately that savings got depleted. I had, my annual insurance is due this month, and a whole bunch of other personal stuff that I have to buy here in Thailand is due this month of all months, and it just it ran up on me. I did plan for it, but there were some other costs involved that I did not plan for. So technically, yes, I have enough savings, but if I pull that savings out, then I have to start all over. So that's what we're trying to avoid. And people like this, I'll call him Mr. G. I don't want to put his name up there, but he just sent $50 via PayPal. That is a tremendous amount of money. Thank you so much. I'll just call him Greg. That is absolutely astonishing. Thank you guys so much for the support. I just can't say enough about it. That's good news, Filthos, on the flights. I don't want to undervalue these contributions that are coming in, guys. I just can't. Just thank you. Yes, Mark. I did get your PayPal, and thank you very, 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 very much. Very, very much appreciated. I just didn't want to put your name out there. So I appreciate that. You can message me on Facebook Messenger, Tim. And I says, live my ass off. I will be right there with you in 26 days as soon as I get out of queue. I hear you, brother. That sounds like a good idea. I've heard about that before, and I can talk about that. I just can't talk about it right now because I want to stay on. That's a good point, Anon. I'll get to that. Okay, everybody has a smiley face. Everybody's good to go. Thank you guys so much for the contributions. I appreciate that very, very much. Very, very much. Hopefully we can continue to roll throughout the weekend, and I'll be living peaceful. That would be nice. We'll definitely have more videos through the week this week, because my schedule next week is to work Monday and Friday, and as of right now, it's to work Monday and Friday. So that'll give me Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday to work on videos. We'll probably have a live stream, probably do a members only live stream during that time. In fact, we may do a couple members only live streams. Back to the Phuket Sandbox model. So you're sitting in your home country. You have to plan. Okay, let me just say this right out of the gate. I know a lot of people don't like lawyers. I'm one of them. However, I want to suggest to you that you get a legal professional that is here in Thailand to help you with this process. Unless you are a well-rounded, I got another PayPal here, and I'm astonished at the PayPal coming in, and it came with a note. And Joseph, I will say thank you very much. I will put his message up for those. Obviously he wanted somebody to see it. I'll cover his last name up, but that's a $30 PayPal. I'm much appreciative. You guys can read the note there, and I appreciate the note, Joseph. I appreciate the note. I don't have a problem with people speaking their religious beliefs. We just don't get into it. We don't get into them on here. Yes, Greg, I do. Just a very small amount. I'm just learning about that. Very small amount. It is what it is. Bob says 42 watching, 19 thumbs up. Hit that like button, folks. I agree. Hit that like button. That'll help get the video out, and that'll help with AdSense revenue. So that's something I could look forward to next month for all of you guys. And the fact that this family of people comes together when I say I need a little bit of help, the way you have today, it really speaks volumes about what we've put together here. And I just want to say thank you to everyone. Truly, thank you. I wasn't expecting so much support, and it really means the world to me, and I genuinely appreciate that, guys. I genuinely appreciate it. I appreciate the fact that you guys appreciate DoMoreLife so much. So thank you. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Back to the Phuket thing. So you're sitting at home, and I think gratitude attacks a little bit. That's actually underwhelming, Mike, to be honest with you. I'm astonished at the support that I get from this DoMoreLife crowd that we put together. It's unbelievable, absolutely unbelievable. I'm so grateful. So, is there somewhere we can send you, says Greg? I wish, buddy. I wish. Right now, I'm waiting on. Okay, Tim, I saw your Facebook thing, and I will, after the live stream, I'll talk to you, bud. I wish there was somewhere I could go. The fact is, a lot of these provinces still have rules and regulations on coming into their province if you hadn't been jabbed. And that is another PayPal coming in here. Let me say thank you to them. Live my ass off says you only receive if you're deserving, brother. I guess I'm deserving this time because it's, hey Jose, thank you very much. I'll cover your name up, brother. $10 PayPal coming in there. So appreciative, just so appreciative, for everything, for every little bit. I absolutely cannot say thank you enough to everyone. All right, trying to get back on pace here. Greg, I wish there was somewhere I could go. The fact of the matter is, it could change from time to time. The boss said we have words for guys like you, Amaze Boss. I know, right? Joseph has sent another $30 PayPal, and I'll cover up his entire name, but he has another message on there, and I'll put it up. Everybody has a right to express themselves, and Joseph, that's quite a bit of cash flow you've contributed today. Thank you very, 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 very much. This is, as Mike would say, amazeballs, and hashtag major, major gratitude attack. So, an abundance of gratitude and appreciation for all the support, financial support I'm getting. I just can't say thank you enough. There is Gregory McCant, longtime brother, made some moves, but now I'm back on track. Brooklyn, good for you, man. Making moves is what it's all about, and that's my focus is going to be, making moves. But to answer your question, Greg, I don't know, because my schedule is subject to change. That's what they've also told us. And even though it says Monday or Friday, who knows? It could be, they could call me on Tuesday and say, a school started and we need you to teach a class. So that would be another day. Speaking of James Pell, yeah, I'll talk about Jim in just a second too. New York Frank, I love you, brother. He just sent 25. Let me cover his name up there. He just sent $25 more, and his message is, New York Frank, money is only money, but a friend of a friend. I think he meant a friend is a friend. And for those of you who don't know, New York Frank and I are definitely friends, and have been for quite some time. In fact, there are many of you on this channel that are people that I consider to be my friend. The updates on Jim, real quick, Anon, is that he had a serious condition. I spoke with his son via message. Jim was in the hospital. I don't want to give away too much here because I want him to be able to speak for himself. I'm still sending my thoughts and prayers to him. He is, to the best of my knowledge, he is in recovery right now. Not like alcohol, drug recovery. He's recovered. He's in recovering from the hospital stay he had. I don't know when he'll be back, but we look forward to Jim coming back at some point. He is a tried and true member of the family, and we love him, and we definitely want him to come back. But finally, let me wrap up Greg's question, because that's a fair question. I wish there was somewhere you could send me, Greg. That would be amazing. I would love to go make travel videos. You have no idea how much I'm itching to get out of this apartment. I just around Bangkok next week. Now that I have some positive cash flow, I have enough to at least put in the gas tank and take the motorbike to maybe a park or something, and do some recordings, maybe some live streams during the day. I don't know. But definitely get some content out to you. I've got some content that I've been wanting to make for a long time that I haven't been able to because I haven't had time. So maybe this is more of a blessing than a curse than I think it is. Now that I have the time, maybe I finally get to make some of those videos that I haven't been making, and we get DoMoreLife pushed up. Let me read this message real quick. This is from a good friend. You're just lucky you don't have a gun. I hear you, Frank. I hear you. I can't explain that one on there. Robert Nagel says Jim is the best. Best wishes to him and his family, of course. Yes, absolutely, 100%. We're all behind Jim. Jim knows we're here if we need him. Go to his website, helpingothersrightnow.com. He's still got his son working on the website and working to help people in Tampa, even while he recovers. I do know that. Hopefully I hear from Jim himself sometime soon. Anon says, so here's a challenge. Since Jim is offline, I will do a $1 match for up to $50 for contributions between 35 after the hour to the top of the hour. So it's 35 after the hour now until the top of the hour. Anon will match up to $50 in contributions via PayPal or Cash App. That would be, so if we get $50 more, then you'll match it with 50. That would be another $100 on top of what we already have. That's getting close to, between today and tomorrow, if that happens, that would be getting close to getting me by for the month without causing a severe interruption or me having to pull a lot of money out of savings. So that's amazing. Absolutely amazing. Party Code Band said, I enjoy your videos. I wanted to go to Phuket, but hell, if I'm taking a vax that is not approved by the American FDA, I'll go to a different island. I hear you, brother. Anon says, yeah, if you get 50, I'll toss in 50. If you get 25, I'll toss in 25. There you go. Thank you, Anon. Thank you very much, brother. I appreciate it. So if anybody's interested in meeting that challenge, PayPal links at the top. Cash App tag is, I'm sure Robert can drop it back in there if you guys want to use Cash App or whatever. Continuing on. So here's why I think that the Phuket Sandbox model is going to fail initially. Notice I said initially. Because what tends to happen in Thailand is, for those of you guys that are not aware, Thailand will set out a strict guideline, very, very strict. And then they'll realize, Jesus. Greg, thank you so much, man. Anon, your challenge has been met, dude. Greg Williams, the guy asked me, is there anywhere we can send you? Just matched your $50. That's amazing. And I'm just going to leave it up there since his name's out there. 50, it says time to match. 50. That's amazing. Absolutely amazing. Greg, thank you so much, bro. Thank you. I don't really know you that well, but thank you. Thank you. And here comes New York Frank again with 25 more, saying, okay, everybody pay up. I'll read you that email just as soon as it comes through. Wow, what an amazing day. That's from New York Frank with another 25. So he's trying to make sure people get paid up, but that's already been matched. I guess next will be Anon's. There's Anon's 50 coming in right now, and this could be a record day. We've made, just so you know what the record is, we made $650 one day on this channel in one day. So, you know, but this is pretty awesome. I'll cover his real name up, but this is from Anon. That's the match right there, the $50 match. Wow. Holy Sorry, guys. Just give me 1 second. You know who your friends are when in times of turmoil. I don't know if this guy wants me. Oh, that's who that was. Ross, I love you, man. I really do. I don't tell you that often enough, but I appreciate that. So this is what Ross just did. It's $250. And you're right, Ross. Times of turmoil, you know who your friends are. Just give me a second, guys. Give me 1 second to collect myself. Just 1 second. I did not see that coming. Ross, thank you, brother. Really, I mean that, like, from the bottom of my heart. Thank you. Because I know you don't do stuff like that normally, and that means a lot. A whole lot. I really appreciate that, man. Really appreciate that. And I won't forget it either. I won't forget any of this, by the way, just so you guys know. It's unbelievable. Time for the chicken dance. I tell you what, Anon, I would do the chicken dance right now, but I am just completely overwhelmed and shocked at what's going on today. And, you know, I can't get up and dance right now. I just can't. Everybody, thank you so much, Ross. That's beyond generosity, bro. That's I don't even know what to call it, but just all I can say is just thank you. Truly, thank you. I really appreciate that, and I can guarantee that it will be spent on things that are needed for sure. Tim says, I love it, guys. And Jeremy, you were worried about something. Well, you guys told me you had my back. That's what you guys said. And you definitely did not go back on your word. That's for sure. Bob says, breathe, brother. How about the Macarena this time? Oof. You got that overwhelming feeling of gratitude right now, and I'm so overcome with emotion. I can't really just get like super happy. I'm super happy, but I can't get that emotional energy up to get up and do stuff. Leo asked a fair question. He says, why are they sending you money? Just got it, by the way. That's because just got another PayPal. It's because we've been furloughed at work, Leo, and this channel is like a big family, and people are taking care of me. That's basically what it comes down to. Jesus Christ. Well, here's another 25 from New York Frank. And you can see the 25 here. But I'll read you his note. It says, New York Frank, I'm doing 25 more. Just want to make it an even 100 tonight. Incredible. Absolutely incredible. Mr. Greg Williams just sent $150. I promise, guys, we're going to get back to the Phuket situation, travel situation, but this is very important, obviously. Well, I don't need to cover his name up. Greg just sent $150, and which is overwhelming. Yeah, Ross, that's pretty much it's about the number. I don't know exactly what the total is. I have to look afterwards, but it's getting pretty close to covering for the month. Greg says, with my 2 other donations, this should match Ross. I've been watching you on and off for a while. Just like to help out when I can. Greg, thank you so much. And, thank universe, God, whatever, that people like you and Ross and everybody, Frank, and everybody that sent anything, whether it be $10 from Jose or $250 from Ross and Greg, everybody in between, Anon, and you guys, just, it's like, without you guys, stuff like this doesn't happen. So it's not me, it's you. And I don't know, I'm blown away at the support. I tell you what, it makes me feel good about getting up at 7 a.m. local time here to do a live stream every Saturday and Sunday morning. It does. It really does. And it makes me feel good about the continuity of the people that matter on this channel. And not saying if you didn't contribute, you don't matter. That's not what I mean. But I mean the people that really, really, really matter, that are involved in my life, have really come through in an exceptional way. And I just can't say thank you guys enough. I really can't. Tim says, Phuket, who cares? You are way more important to us. Tim, thank you. That comments like that mean so much to me. Thank you, man. I mean, it's unbelievable. Hey Jose says that Tim, appreciate it, bro. Thank you. Hey Jose Ross says, JC, it's called karma. You put good out in the world and it comes back to you tenfold. That's what you and I have talked about a lot. You and I have talked about that a lot, Ross. And you're right. I'm currently undergoing the fruits of my labor right now, and I'm extraordinarily appreciative of that. I really am. I really am. I want to say thank you guys one more time, and then I'm going to try to move back into Phuket. This has been amazing. I didn't expect anything like this, and the fact that you guys are willing to do something like this is unbelievable. It's just simply unbelievable. You have no idea. Let me say this, and I'll finish. I'll stop talking about money unless we get more contributions. You have no idea of the stress level, right, that just went to here in a matter of 46 minutes. 46 minutes. And my heart rate has probably gone, well, it's up right now because of the emotion. But when I get off this live stream, I will be a fully relaxed person again, not concerned about the furlough. And that is 100% credit to the members of the DoMoreLife family, whether you're a channel member or not. If you're a regular viewer, if you watch my videos, if you share my videos, if you contribute to this channel in any way, I've always been 100% transparent with everybody, and that's why I was 100% transparent today. I did not expect to get. I thought we might get $100 today, maybe, which would have been a great help. But to get what we've gotten today is simply overwhelming. And I will give you guys the total at the end of the live stream. I will. I'll definitely do that. Well, sorry, got to break again for another PayPal. I'm not believing what I'm seeing. New York Frank has just he says, brother, need I say more? Nope, you don't need to say more. You don't. He just sent in another $100. Another $100. I don't even know how to say thank you anymore at this point. It's beyond belief, and it's obvious that you guys care about the content that I bring out, and that you enjoy watching this channel, and that brings me so much joy. It really does. That brings me so much joy. It makes me feel so good, and it's time to be happy now. It's time to be happy because you guys have pretty much covered it. And I just can't say thank you enough. I really can't. I just can't say thank you enough. Lyle says, for anyone who Frank, and for everybody that's contributed anything, all you guys, just from the bottom of my heart, I just want to say thank you one more time, because I just don't know how to express enough gratitude for what's happened in this live stream today. You guys just don't understand how much easier you have made my life. So now there's no more conversations with my dad late at night about Do I go back to America? Do I do this? Do I do that? That kind of thing? Because you guys have brought me through it. Okay. From the bottom of my heart, thank you, man. Lyle says, for anyone who thinks this is not deserved, go back about a year ago, watch a video where Jeremy did a StreamYard with Jim Pell. Just got to watch this. I think I know what you're talking about, Lyle. Tim says, so you're saying is we are good for your health. That's exactly what I'm saying. Exactly what I'm saying, Tim. Mary says, so awesome, or as I say, awesome sauce. I agree, Mary, and thank you for your contribution as well. Greatly appreciated. Anna says, a whole bunch of us have been furloughed or laid off from a shutdown. I think many of us know how the stress level is with uncertainty. Thank you for that, Anna, because yeah, it's a high stress level. It really is. Tim says Jeremy is nothing but an asset to life. That's that comment in and of itself is overwhelming. It's just overwhelming. Tim, thank you for saying that's probably some of the kindest words I've ever heard. Tim says, Anon, yes, indeed, brother. And Jeremy is in a completely different country when it happened. That is true. Griffin says, we are your DoMoreLife family. I like that. I really like that. And thank you for that very much. Bob says, party at JC's place, but you have to stay for 14 days. Yeah, wouldn't that be awesome? That would be awesome. Tim says, well, you have been here for us, so yeah, I try to be, guys. I try every weekend and week out to provide you with the best information I can, and I try to have. We always have civilized debates and discussions on this channel, and it's just been today's been miraculous, to be honest with you. It really has. And like I said, I'll give you an update on totals at the end of the show. Let's go back to the Phuket Sandbox model, because the Phuket Sandbox model is what people are really going to want to hear about. Thank you guys again so much. Ross says, JC, can I share a joke I received this week? Something to make you laugh? Of course, Ross. Go ahead, man. In fact, I'll wait. Hello, MedTech. Good to see you, bud. Appreciate you coming by. You have missed an incredible live stream, but I'm glad you're here now to see what happens. Another PayPal coming in, guys, and I believe this is from. Well, let me wait for the email to come in. I believe I know who this is from. I'll read Ross's joke in just a second. Well, the email didn't pop up. Let me see. There it is. Yes, New York Frank. Call me at that time. That'll be perfectly fine, dude. Richard Cypress. He's got his middle initial in there, so I'll cover his name up. But he just sent $25 more, and you can see where he says we care about you with the emojis down there. Absolutely unbelievable, Richard. Thank you very much. I know you're a constant contributor to the channel, and I genuinely appreciate that. Genuinely appreciate that, Richard. So thank you very much. Thank you. Jumping on the train with everybody else. You guys are just pulling weight, and I cannot say thank you enough. I really can't. All right. Ross says, a man receives a message from a neighbor. In fact, much more than you do. I confess this now because I am feeling very guilty. Hope you will accept my sincere apologies. The man is down with a heart attack and admitted to the hospital. The next day, he receives another text. Sorry, sir, spelling mistake. It's not wife, it's Wi-Fi. So the wife didn't get him down. The Wi-Fi did, right? That is pretty good, Ross, and that did make me laugh. I like that. That's good. MedTech. You can watch it. It's recommended. We've had a DoMoreLife Family Day. No, I didn't lose my job. I got furloughed, basically. It's a partial furlough, but it's still furloughed. And this incredible platform family that we've put together here has come through in an outstanding way. Outstanding, just unbelievable amounts of cash flow coming in today, and to make sure that I survive. And it's unbelievable. It really is. It's unbelievable. Ross said, first time I went to Phuket, it was with my mom back in 2002. We both thought it was pronounced. Hey, I've heard plenty of people make that joke about Phuket before. Yeah, furloughed. So, all right, let's try again. Phuket Sandbox model. You're sitting in your home country. You got to get a certificate of entry from a Thai embassy. Okay. I'm not trying to minimize what's happened in this live stream, guys. I'm just trying to make sure I get you guys some content out. I need to put a caption on this live stream to start watching at about 56 minutes in, I guess. Anyway, so you got to get a certificate of entry. Certificate of entry is going to involve a negative test and probably your jab paper saying that you've been fully jabbed. That's got to be, to the best of my knowledge, that's got to be within 72 hours of your either flight or arrival. Ross says, with all this time off, you should be able to do some videos of Bangkok, the kind you talked about doing before you moved to Bangkok. And that's my intention, Ross. That's my intention, is getting out and doing some things. The problem is, in Bangkok's still considered a dark red zone, so many of the places that I want to go are closed. Like some of the parks and stuff that I wanted to see that I haven't been able to, they're closed. I can't get in there, and I don't have a drone to fly over them, unfortunately. But I do plan on getting out in Bangkok and doing a few things for sure. Michael says, please check Twitch Thailand YouTube. Fawn is looking for teachers in Thailand. I will most definitely do that, Michael. I will most definitely do that. Tim says, I don't have jab papers. I have a card that says I have been. That's good enough. Yeah. Same thing. Absolutely. And that's about the fourth or fifth person that's told me about Fawn looking for teachers in Thailand. So maybe I will contact Fawn. Maybe. I don't know. It depends. I'm not. And something else I need to be clear about. I'm not saying anything bad about my job at all. It's not my job's fault. It's not the place I work at. It's not their fault. We're a private school. We have private customers. So, if the schools don't open, even though they've been cleared to open, they're not opening due to one reason or another. I don't know what's behind it. It's not my employer's fault at all. It's not their fault. So there's no blame to the employer here. Just so that you guys understand that. Okay. I want to make sure everybody knows that not my employer's fault. Definitely not my employer's fault. So everybody's clear on that. Shouldn't be an issue there. And I'm not upset with my employer. This is what they have to do. How ironclad is your contract? Right now it's a little soft. MetTech, thank you so much for the super chat, brother. I appreciate that tremendously. Thank you. Thank you, and thank you again, I will say. Very much appreciate the super chat. Always appreciate any kind of contribution, and MetTech coming from you. I really appreciate that, brother. Thank you. Thank you very much. It's very soft at the moment, Tim. Anon says, for what it's worth, lots of places in the U.S. where you can get same-day results on the swab test now. Some are 100% covered for free. Example, and he leaves the link. Good. Thank you, Anon, for leaving that leaving that link up there. That is correct, Matt Tech. That's why it means so much coming from you, and I appreciate that. Tim says, I mean, if you were to get another teaching job, then your job you have now were to recall you, what then? Well, if I got another teaching job, obviously I would stay where I was. There wouldn't be a recall. That's a conversation we'll have to have offline, because there's some nuances in there that I probably shouldn't speak about publicly. Ross says, I will be in Bangkok sometime this month, finally getting my drone license. Since you're off, let's try to get together. I'm going to spend the night so I can be at office first thing in the AM. Definitely, Ross. Definitely. 100%. Just let me know when you're coming. And I'll make plans for sure. Friend me on Facebook, then. I'll do it, Tim. You got it, bud. No problem. So you get your certificate of entry, and you've got to have a flight book. Now, remember, you can fly into Bangkok, and they'll transport you to Phuket, or you can fly directly to Phuket. When you get to Phuket, you got to show the papers. I believe you have to be tested there. What's up, Gio? Good to see you, man. Hadn't seen you in a long time, brother. Thanks for dropping by. Hope everything's going well over there on Mactan. That's one of my favorite islands in the Philippines, even though there's not much there but a airport and a bunch of resorts. But I've been to a few of them, and I really like them. I enjoy the Philippines. The people part of the Philippines and the views of the Philippines are amazing. I've been keeping up with you on Facebook too, man. It looks like you got a nice little condo there, Gio, and are doing well, doing very well for yourself. So congratulations, bud. That's pretty awesome. It really is. And I hope you continue to do well. Cheap Charlie, what's up, man? Good to see you dropping by. Hadn't seen you in a long time. Where are you at now? You still in Mexico, or you moved on somewhere else? But it's good to see you dropping by with a thumbs up. I appreciate that, bud. So you get to Phuket, and Matt Tech says, I really like that you international vloggers monitor each other. Yeah, well, I try to keep it out. Well, like Gio, I met Gio through a group, a Facebook group, and then we've had a couple live streams together, and he's been an asset. He's got a great channel. If you want to know anything about the Philippines, him, Rike, and there are a few others that I would recommend. Just can't right off the top of my head, can't remember. But Gio and Henry or Rike, definitely go-to channels when it comes to the Philippines for sure. Jay, what's up, man? Good to see you. Thanks for dropping by. When you land in Phuket, you're going to probably have a test there. I can't say for sure yet because I really don't know for sure. But what I do know is that you can select a hotel to stay at. As far as I know, the one night, $1 rule is still in effect in Thailand and Phuket. So you can choose one hotel that costs between 1,000 baht and 3,000 baht a night. And for one of those nights, you only pay the value of $1, whatever the exchange rate is at the time. And right now it's about 31 something, I think. So you would pay 31 baht or whatever plus taxes. And you probably get out for less than 50 baht for one night. That's a good attraction for tourism. That's a good way to bring back foreign tourists. That's a positive aspect of the Sandbox model. But there are so many negatives that they're going to have to at some point they're going to have to revamp it, because people are going to look at it. Here's what happens: you come on the island, then you're going to have to stay on the island for 14 days. Okay, you can't go. There's no nightlife. There's no bars and pubs open. There's no entertainment venues open. You can't use any of the boat tours to go out to like Peng Na Bay, I think, and PP. You can't go to the islands out there. You can't do most of the things. Yeah, Paul was another one I was thinking about. MedTech. Good. That's a good one for the Philippines too, as well. And those were about the three that I watched too. I don't have a lot of time to watch Philippine vlogs anymore, but one day I'll go back to the Philippines and I'll use Geo and Rike and Paul to catch up on all that. Cheap Charlie says it's a lot better than being stuck in a hotel for 14 days solid. I agree with that. I agree with your statement 100%. But I'm talking about in the overall grand scheme of things, like to the point where is it going to bring back international? They're estimating 1.2 million tourists to come into Phuket by the end of the year. I don't see that happening, and here's why. Most people right now that are coming, my Facebook link, Mark, is in the description of this video. It's a long link. I don't know exactly. It's something about Southeast Asia travel is the fan page for me. But it's in the link of, if you get the description box of this video, the link is in there. Maybe Robert will post that up for you. I can get him to do that. Anon says, I remember reading someplace that you can go to the islands that are part of Phuket province, like Karacha. I have not read that. I'm not saying you're wrong, Anon, but I have not been made aware of that. Cheap Charlie says, yeah, just the Thailand diehard expats and tourists are going to come. Agreed. I couldn't agree with that statement anymore. I think that too. I think it'll be the diehards, the people that have places over here, that have property. Or the people that have wives, or the people that have long-term girlfriends or short-term girlfriends that they want to come see. I think those will be the people that will be willing to stay on the island for 14 days. Phuket's just not big enough, and there's just not enough to do without the bars and pubs and nightlife and entertainment being open for you to have a real, truly satisfactory experience on the island. For 14 days, it's just too long. Their original plan of 7 days would have worked much, much, much better. I understand why they're doing that, because they're wanting to make sure that nobody is spreading the illness, right? But in 4 days, Thailand jabbed 1.4 million people in 4 days. So it's not like that they can't get it out. They've ordered millions and millions and millions more jabs, and as they come in, that more and more people are going to get jabbed. What I think the real problem is, there's a link, Mark, I think it was, that was looking for my Facebook. Anon just put it up. Thank you, Anon. Anon says, Cheap Charlie Chronicles, with as hosed up the Sandbox is now, I'd rather just do a hotel in Bangkok. Most people would. Are girls considered entertainment? It depends on that's subjective, I guess. It depends on what you consider entertainment. And Geo's channel name, Mark, is his name on the Geo in the Philippines, I think, is his channel name. But you can search Geo in the Philippines, and I guarantee you'll find his channel. Matt Tech says, hell with it, I'll just queue in Bangkok. And that's perfectly doable. I read an article about the queues in Bangkok now costing between 30 and 35,000 baht for the low end queues. So that's about 1,000, 1,100, 1,200 bucks, give or take, if that's what you're into. You can do that. So you're also going to have thank you, Mark. I appreciate that, brother. Thanks. I don't feel that way, but thank you. You're going to have 14 days to basically just explore beaches. Pretty much is what it sounds like to me. And I really hope that people do come back. But I don't think that most your average foreign tourist that's looking for a vacation is not going to go to an island. In my opinion, they're not going to go to an island, even though it's Phuket. It's world famous. They're not going to go to an island and just be content with sitting on most people. The vast majority of people are not going to be content with just sitting on different beaches day to day and paying the prices for the hotels, having to follow such strict measures. You have to get tested twice. One is on day 6. I believe the other one is day 12, maybe, I want to say, or 13. I'm not sure. I don't know about fishing in Phuket, Lyle. And Anon, I like your answer about girls. I like that. And he answers MedTech. He says, my queue is 58,000 baht, big room, balcony overlooking Chao Phraya. You get what you pay for it. Yep, that's right. And that kind of room at 58,000 baht is probably going to be, you're probably going to be well taken care of. The room will be bigger. You won't be confined to such a small space, I'm sure. And you probably get some privileges with that as it progresses. So, with that being said, sounds pretty good. Cheap, I'm with you, Cheap Charlie. I'm with you. I'm with you, Charlie. 100%. Seriously lacking the medical attention. Me too, man. And I said, you stayed at the same hotel in January. They do a good job taking care of you. Look, that's it. You get what you pay for. If that's what you want, that's awesome. Richard Cipher says, wait till next year to Thailand. I don't blame you. I can't blame anybody. I cannot blame anybody that is looking for or that wants to wait till next year to come to Thailand. Because essentially you're going to have, the mask wearing fines are still in place on Phuket. So when you come over, you're a foreign tourist, you're coming to Phuket for your first time. You've never been to Thailand before, but you've heard it's awesome and you just want to come see Phuket. Okay. And number one, you want to see some of Thailand. Well, you only got 14 days of vacation. So you're going to spend them all on Phuket with no nightlife, no bars, no real forms of entertainment, no boat tours. Basically, all you've got is your hotel amenities and the beaches. I don't see the way they have it set up right now, it being a successful model. I do see Thailand being successful with the reopening because I understand they're just trying to be as careful as possible, but people are not. You have to look at the macro, right? The macro has to be there. Yeah, they're focusing on the micro. They're really, really micromanaging the system. And to be honest, they haven't hit their goal of jabs in Phuket yet, and that's a problem. I believe that contributes to some of the sentiment that we've seen coming from tourists and coming from the tourism industry. I've even read articles from big publications, Leisure and Travel, and some other places that have talked about this Sandbox model just not being up to par with what other countries are doing in terms of attracting tourists. Tim says Thailand hasn't hit any of their goals, have they? In terms of timeline, I would say not to my knowledge. Not to my knowledge, Tim. Not to my knowledge. Charlie says, I was really surprised how fast much of the USA reopened once the vax rolled out. Hopefully the same happens with Thailand next few months. And I agree, Charlie, 100%. I think that if Thailand continues to roll out the jabs as fast as they're rolling them out now, then I think all will be well. There is a website for foreigners who are in Thailand to register to get the jabs. And I'm going to talk about that in just a minute. Anon says, Jeremy, remember how ties were toward frying in March, April 2020 at the beginning of the crisis? Yep. I'm afraid they'll be the same way in Phuket now with how overcautious the government is. So am I. And that is such a legitimate concern. I would hate for international tourists to come over here from whether it be America or wherever, Germany, Sweden, England, wherever. They come over here and then that's their first experience is stay away from me, you're a foreigner. I don't know that that'll be the situation, but I feel like that that the perception has been created around. I mean, I live here full time, so I know that when I go outside of my normal venues, like when I eat lunch at certain places, I buy some food from certain places, and the people know me. They're not unfriendly. They're not scared of me or whatever. They, mask and all that stuff. They understand. I have a mask on, and that's what happens. So, they're not unfriendly in any way. In fact, they're some of the most friendly people in the world. But if I go to a new place that I hadn't been before, and I'm greeted by Thais, generally, it's more of a standoffish kind of response that I've been getting over the last year, really. And that's somewhat disheartening, but at the same time, I'm not going to blame anybody for being that way. I'm not going to blame them because it is what it is. And the mentality, the perception that has been put out by the leaders of this country and by influential people of this country is, be scared. That's what I've seen. I've seen it in the media. I've seen it person to person. I've seen it myself locally. I mean, here, even in the building I live in. So it's I just don't think that the 14-day idea in Phuket is going to work. Unless you open up the nightlife, the bars, the pubs, and all that stuff. If you open all that up, then you will stand a chance, in my opinion. The thing is they're inviting people to come that have been fully inoculated. So if you've been fully inoculated, the chances of a cluster breaking out are slim. And if the workers there on the island have had their inoculations, which I believe most of the people are getting, then why keep everything closed? That's my question. Why keep everything closed? What's the purpose? Especially if you're pumping out in 4 days, if you're pumping out 1.4 million jabs into people, and you know that the vast majority is going to Bangkok and Phuket right now because of the Phuket reopening, and Bangkok's the dark red zone. They want to get Bangkok out of the dark red zone as soon as possible. So with those two areas being inoculated, or at least starting the process, you would think that it would come down, You really would think that it would come down. Let me make sure I didn't miss anybody's comments up here. Just got a little message here that says, Tourism Authority of Thailand governor said the last step for the Phuket reopening is publication in the Royal Gazette, which should be announced in the final week of June to meet the scheme timeline. And that was a tweet from Richard Barrow, in case you guys wondering where I got that information from. He's a good source of information. I tend to listen to his tweets and follow along with what he says. Let's see. MedTech says no one can predict, however, whether Q will still be mandatory by year end. That's true. I've said it all along, guys. It's all about the vax rollout. It's all about how quickly Thailand gets the jabs in people. The sooner people get jabbed and the faster that Thailand knows, or when they see the numbers dropping, like today was a little bit higher number of cases than yesterday. So when they start seeing the decline of the numbers and the people that are no longer with us, when they start seeing those numbers drop significantly, it's going to boost confidence in the Thais here in the country. And when the Thais here in the country, when their confidence gets boosted, you'll see that interaction between Thai and foreigner go back to the normal, Thai foreign way, which is acceptance and glad to see. Thais are glad to see foreigners in the country. That, like it was when I first got here. They were glad to see us here. Because they knew we were spending Western dollars at their businesses, and that's good for Thailand's economy. Tim says America is now shipping the jabs to other countries. That's true, and that's a good thing. They should. Charlie says USA is giving away 500 million doses to poorer countries. I read that, and I think that's a great idea. I think it's a great idea. They should do it. Ryan says, I heard all the girls are staying in the villages. However, thousands of are headed to Phuket. I'm not sure if I can leave that message up for YouTube, Ryan. I apologize, bud, but not sure. Just don't want to take any chances here. But thank you for your comment. And I would say that the girls that are looking to go back to work in Phuket, whether it be nightlife, entertainment, whatever they want to do, they're going back and getting so they can get the jab. I've talked to a few people that know a few people that have confirmed that for me. Anon says there was a world of difference when I was there in March, April 2020, and when I was there in January, February 2021. And yeah, there was and still is. Prep 4 degrees. Anon says self-censored comment. Ask me offline. Will do. Tim says if you have been fully jabbed, there isn't a whole lot more you can do. That's right. Except go spend some money and help the Thai economy. And that's my whole point. I don't know why the 14-day trap is I don't know why they're doing that. I'm not knocking Thailand. I'm not saying anything bad about the Thai government or their plan. I'm just saying that it's likely to fail if they want 1.2 million tourists to come in, because to get that number of tourists to come in, the word has to get out that Phuket's the place to be, right? The word has to get out that, hey, Thailand's reopened. We can get back into Phuket, and after we spend 1 day or 7 days on the island, we can go anywhere in Thailand, after we're tested. That to me is where they have to get back to. I think it's super important to get back to that. And yeah, Tim, I agree. Ross says, I think after 18 months of little to no tourism, I think Thailand has finally realized the importance of foreigners, not just Chinese, but all foreigners. So much unemployment. 100% agree, Ross. In fact, there's an article that the Tiger put out that says Chinese tourists will not be visiting Thailand anytime soon. I didn't read into the article. I don't know what the reasoning behind that is. I assume it's because of the lack of jabs that have gone out, but that's just an assumption that I'm personally making. And it says, and since the U.S. opened up, the numbers have completely flatlined to almost nothing. That's great. Ross says, the LB, that's what he was talking about. Okay. Gotcha. Sorry, Ryan. Has always been a big LB destination. Yep. I've heard that. Tim says, I think this opened up Thailand's eyes as to how important the bars and clubs and nightlife really is to Thailand. And they are important to Thailand. They are important, and they're important to the employment of the Thais as well. MetTech says, I will be there in December. Should I pay now for Q or wait and see? Well, if you know you're going to come in December, I would try to go for a hotel that has a refund policy on the Q. I personally don't, just because Thailand has been so just cautious during this whole situation. They've been so cautious. I don't see the queue going away by December. I just don't. I could be completely wrong. It could be like the U.S., like Charlie and some other people were talking about. You get the jab, the population gets jabbed up, the numbers start to decline, and they start dropping queues. And as long as clusters don't pop up, then you may see no queue in December. But if you're going to book now, I would try to find hotels that have some kind of refund policy around the queue. Otherwise, you just have to take your chances. Ross says he would wait until at least 30 days before you get here. Things are changing all the time here. That's not a bad idea either. Oswaldo says foreigners in Phuket run out of money within 14 days before going to other provinces. Typically, yes, but with this, with the way this is implemented, there's not going to be a whole lot they can spend their money on. That's the part I don't understand about this process. It's a fair point. Anon says, the MetTech, I would ask questions now, but wait and see a couple of months before you go. They may be back to 7-day queue by that time. That's very possible, Anon. They may be back to 7 days. Robert B says, is there a challenge? What's the status? The status is there was a challenge, Robert, and we met it. We exceeded it. We've had a tremendous day in terms of channel contributions. And, of course, everybody's still welcome to contribute, but at the same time, it's been an overwhelming day of contributions. And I appreciate you asking that question, though, Robert. Thank you. But no, there's currently no challenge and no reason for one right now. Tim says, Jeremy, those are going to be some hard numbers to meet. Yes, they are. I heard, I watched one of the Tiger videos, and they were saying that the top end was estimated to be like 1.2 or 1.4 million tourists, and the bottom end was 250,000. I'm thinking to myself, you know, like Charlie said, the diehard expats and the diehard Thailand people, or the people that have families here, that kind of thing, you might get how many people is that? 150,000, 200,000? Outside of that, you might get, with the way the Sandbox model is set up right now, you might find 50,000 people, maybe 100,000 that are willing to come and check out Phuket for 14 days. But for your seasoned travelers and people that know about Thailand, especially people that know about that have been to Phuket before, and they learned that the bars are closed and the clubs are closed, and you can't take a boat tour anywhere. You can't go to the islands. I mean, are they going to come? That's the question. And to me, in my head, my answer is I just don't think so. I just don't think so. Anon says, at Oswald, Bangla Road and Patong is going to be closed. No worries about running out of money. Yep, that's there you go again. Ross says, Phuket, without being allowed to visit other islands, is just a big, expensive island. I can't disagree with that. Again, I haven't been there, but I've always been told Phuket's very expensive. And yeah, I have no reason to disagree with that. Prep for it says, besides the necessary jabs, don't forget a blank test just before or at least close to your departure flight. Yeah, that's for the certificate of entry. So you still have to do all the time and things. To me, it's like you're coming fully inoculated. So why if Thailand wants to play it safe 7 days, fine, sure. You got to stay on Phuket for 7 days. That's plenty of time to see the island. And Phuket has some amazing beaches. I've seen pictures. I haven't been to Phuket yet, but trust me, I'm going at some point. So you're looking at those things and you're like, this looks pretty good, right? but you are, if it's 7 days, you could deal with it. I just don't think. I just I don't know. I don't know. Ross says, Tim, not just the nightlife, massage, currency exchange, tailors, even 7-Elevens had to close. That's true. I did read something today that said foot massages were going to be open. Foot massage. So, the specialty parlors and all that stuff, who knows at this point. We haven't gotten an official announcement yet. We haven't gotten, all we've gotten is what the CCSA plans to do. We don't have a set in stone plan. Nothing's been published in the World Gazette. And the World Gazette's basically, for those of you that don't know, that's basically where Thailand publishes stuff that essentially comes into law or comes into policy, whatever you want to call it. Robert V says, okay, great. I'll match the next $10 to top up. All right. If anybody contributes $10, you can match it, Robert. I appreciate it, bud. Rob P says, are people going to have more or less money to travel after open? That's a great question. It depends on how hard their country was impacted. Did they get furloughed? Did they lose their job in their home country? Are they under financial burden? These are things that you have to consider. I mean, everybody around the world is not just picking up steam right now. There's still a lot of countries that are hurting very bad. And those people they're not, they don't have the money to come and spend 14 days on an island with very little to do. I mean, I don't know. It's just the way I see it. Ryan says, what the predominant strain, the Indian strain? Not to my knowledge. Ryan, they're talking about different strains, but we don't really get into that on this channel. That they've talked about, they've discovered pretty much all of them here. But it is what it is. People are getting jabbed, and the numbers will start to go down. I don't know what the predominant one is. To me, I don't put a lot of stock in it because the jab's either going to work for it or it's not. One of the two. Not trying to make a comment less valuable because it's a fair question. So, it is what it is. In terms of that, sorry guys, got to look at this real quick. All right. Ross says, Rob P, for many people in the USA who did not lose their job but are still receive stimulus money are doing well. With so much closed for so long, there's a lot of cash in banks right now. That is a good point, Ross. That is a good point. If people were furloughed and they received the additional unemployment benefits that were given, which is one reason why. Okay, which is one reason why people were able to maintain a lifestyle. One reason why people didn't want to go back to work. They were making more money not working than they were working. So those people, and they received stimulus checks. If they held on to their money and did it right, then bam, yeah, maybe they come over. Ross has a good point there, and Tim agrees, right on the money. Wondering about euros. Rob, that's a good question. That's a very good question. Mr. Lyle has just sent $10 and said, make Rob pay. Make Rob B pay. So, Rob, your challenge has been met to top it off, buddy. And thank you, Lyle. Thank you very much. I appreciate that, brother. Appreciate that. Thank you. Anon says, Ross Ryan, a lot of people dumped their stimulus money into Bitcoin. Yeah, they did. Ross says, same for many countries. Anywhere where people did not lose their job had little places to spend money, so they have increased savings or paid down credit cards. That's also true. it depends on how you look at this situation as to whether or not the Phuket Sandbox model, in your opinion. But notice, this is an opinion video. I haven't read one news article this live stream. I guess I'll wait till tomorrow to do that. This has all been based on conversation and opinion, and it is what it is. Robert B has met the challenge with the $10 via the Cash App. And we will there it is. Robert V, $10. Thank you very much, Robert. Appreciate you, man. That's very, very, very kind of you. We've had an awesome day, so appreciate that. Griffin had spent so we got 30 in the Cash App. You guys remind me when I give the PayPal total that we got 30 in the Cash App. Jay says, I appreciate your reporting and updates. Thank you. You're very welcome, Jay. Thanks for being here. Rob P says, and pin up demand figures. True. Robert V says, great. Send via Cash App. Good. Awesome. So from this point, guys, use your own judgment based on what you think about the model. You can easily find this information online. You can find it on Thai Visa. You can find it in Bangkok Post, on the Tiger, all that stuff. But it's important for us to have these discussions. Ross says, JC, I see firsthand how money is being spent in the USA from one of my businesses. I've seen 20 to 25% increase in spending in the USA over the past 3 months. That's terrific. That's great. And that just means that the U.S. economy is getting healthier again. The only thing in the U.S. to be worried about right now is inflation. We hope that inflation stays down. We hope. Robert B said, I read that. Anon says, Jeremy, a lot of people are looking intensely at news about the Sandbox, and thus they have gotten disappointed. Yep, I agree. I have gotten a lot of comments and a lot of messages that have been really disappointing. Rob P says, upon receiving a super chat, what info, if any, do you see about the contributor? A super chat? Nothing. Just your name, and you can type a comment in there for a super chat. If you send a PayPal, then that'll show but I always hide people's real names when they send PayPals, unless they say, hey, you can show my real name or whatever. Just shows your name and gives your PayPal account information that's made public. So that's it. But the super chats don't show anything but your screen name and whatever comment you type. So make your own subjective call on what you think about the Phuket Sandbox model, guys. I'm not telling you how to think. I'm just giving you the information that I have. I personally don't understand why they did the things. They put this stuff in place. I feel like they had a good model. Your Mojo, hello to you, sir. Thank you for your channel membership, and also it's good to see you in the chat. I feel like the original model they had was better than the model that they have now. But at the same time, Thailand's a very cautious country. They're very cautious, and you will see, as these jabs continue to arrive and people get them, you will see the numbers decrease, and you will see the Thai confidence come back. And once the Thai confidence comes back, it will, marinate is not the right word, it will overflow into the tourism industry. It'll start making news, it'll start making headlines, and then you will see people from other countries start coming back for tourism purposes. Patty is scheduled to open in October. Now they're talking about trying to get most of the stuff reopened in August, by the end of August. I just read that this morning. Maybe we'll do a deep dive tomorrow into some of this. I don't know. We'll see what happens. Joe did not get a notification. I'm sorry, man. It went out. via email. I don't know why you didn't get one. Make sure go by the subscribe button on my video and hit the bell and then click all, and you will always get a notification when I post a video. Anna says the U.S. is undergoing a lot of inflation right now. I read 5% the other day, so that was not good. Prices going up a lot here. Gas is still high. Food prices going up. Construction materials going up. Yeah, that's not good for an economy. That's for any country's economy. Ross says, Anna, that is supply-demand issue. Very little supplies to meet the demand will increase the price. If it is, in fact, a supply-demand issue, and I say that because I don't know for sure, then, yeah, that would make sense for supply and demand. That's like the microchip problem that everybody seems to be having. That's definitely a supply and demand issue, and prices are going up for any kind of tech as well. Mr. Joe has sent a $5 PayPal. Thank you very much, sir. I appreciate you for contributing very, very, very much. And I will cover up his information and show you that he has sent a $5 PayPal. Thank you very much, sir, Mr. Joe. I appreciate that. Very, very, very much. Very much appreciated. If you want to know how much I appreciate it, go back to the beginning of the video and watch what happened in the first 46 minutes of this video. Or actually the first 56 minutes of this video. My mouth was dry. Matt says the annual inflation rate for the United States is 5% for 12 months ended May 2021. Wow. And on wood is stupid high. I've heard lumber is very high. Jackson says, hopefully the U.S. dollar exchange rate stays similar around the world and things just become more expensive in the U.S. Seems to be the case so far. So far, I agree. I haven't seen the rate change drastically here in Thailand. It's still hovering around 31 baht to the dollar, which is a good rate. Or it has been since I've been here. Hopefully that remains. If inflation goes too high, the value of the dollar drops, you'll see less tourism here. Just like you saw less tourism when it wasn't the euro, I think it was the pound. When the pound dropped, you saw less tourism because of the rate. Rob says people bank money without working. Money is worthless. That's a very interesting comment, Rob. Ross says chlorine is in short supply right now. That's supposed to be chlorine, I think. That will increase the price of laundry soap and bleach. Yeah, that must be chlorine. Yep, it will. Thanks again, Your Mojo. Anon says that Tim, true on the lumber. Definitely on the lumber. Tim says the more dollars the government prints, the less they are worth. I would say that's true. If you want to see how wood costs, try buying wood in Thailand. That's a very interesting point, Ross, because I've never even thought about that. Oh, wow. So that's the rate right now, Joe? So it's 32-1. That's 32 baht to the dollar. That's not bad at all. Don't worry, guys. For those of you that contributed earlier today, I'll be making sure that I take advantage of that rate using Wise. Guys, if you want to transfer money to Thailand, if you want to transfer international money, Ross has several ways to do it, but I use Wise. It used to be called TransferWise, and now it's just Wise. The rates unbelievable, and the fees are minimal. Use Wise. Use Wise if you want to transfer money internationally. I highly recommend that. And when I say use Wise, that's my recommendation. Of course, I'm not a financial advisor. Don't think I'm financially advising you here. Okay, so Ross says it's 31.15. Or Anon says it's 31.15. I'm sorry. Ross says 31.108. So we're probably just looking at different apps. No big deal. Anon says that Matt Foley and the inflation rate calculation doesn't include fuel and food. I heard something this morning about the administration in the U.S. now is currently considering a gas tax. Also heard that they had some bipartisan support on the infrastructure plan, and they were preparing to present it to the president when he returns from his overseas trip. So bipartisan is good. That's good. Joy, hey Jeremy, how's it going? Joy, actually, today has been a fantastic, wonderful day. To be honest with you, life in general is good. I'm healthy as far as I know, so I can't complain. Thank you for dropping by the live chat. Very much appreciated. Tim says infrastructure plan has been passed as far as I know. It hasn't been passed because the president hasn't signed off on it, but I do know that they had a bipartisan committee that came to an agreement on the infrastructure plan. I just heard the news this morning, so I guess it happened yesterday. And then they had the Families Act plan, I believe it was, or whatever. That's going to be a social infrastructure plan. That's where you'll probably see the big spending come in. The current plan was a little over $1 trillion, I believe, for the infrastructure. So I don't know. We'll see what happens. Anna says, I can so hardly wait for 11 days so I can get going from here. I hear you, bud. I hear you. MedTech says, TransferWise sucks. Remittently good. You're the first person I've ever heard say that, MedTech, but fair enough. Everybody's experience differs. Yeah, Asia Unscripted. I saw you in the chat, and I forgot to say hello to you because you just said hello, and then things were going on. We do have an incredible family here at DoMoreLife, and we've seen evidence of that today for sure. Jackson says USA plans are being announced in a similar fashion that you may be used to living in Thailand. Seems to change daily. I've noticed that there's a lot of changes. I've noticed that. Anna says, I just feel sorry for our kids and the grandkids because they will have to pay for this. That's the way it goes. Yeah, I feel sorry for them too. Rob says Arizona audit gold standard. MedTech says T-Tech could be a good buy. Jackson says, does anyone know how of a good service that will allow me to exchange USD for Thai baht and hold it in an account, not physically? Wise allows you to hold it in an account, in their account, not for you to have to hold it physically. So you can transfer money into that account and get that rate and hold it, as far as I know. If I'm wrong on that, I'm sure somebody will correct me. I'm sure of it. So we've been going about an hour and 50 minutes here. We talked about the Phuket Sandbox model. We talked about the potential problems with it. We talked about some good stuff too. I mean, at least people come over. It's all good, Jackson. Don't worry, man. Ask as many questions as you want. That's what we're here for. Ross, I'm not going to call you after this live stream because if I do, I'll probably cry. And I don't want to do that right now. I just say a tremendous thank you. Mr. Greg Williams, another tremendous thank you. New York Frank, tremendous thank you. Every single person that contributed today, MedTech, all you guys. I could go down the list. Anon, Hey Jose, just people that are popping off the top of my head. If I didn't mention your name, I apologize. Mary, Jackson. There was so many people. That contributed today. I can't say thank you enough. And I just can't say thank you enough. I can't. The good news is I'm still here. And because of you guys, I'll be able to stay. So I will look into the fawn thing that you guys mentioned. That sounds like a pretty good idea. I've got a decent resume, so That should be a good thing. Yeah, and that's the way. I do watch sports, Joy, but very, very rarely do I have time to watch them anymore. Just stay busy all the time. Richard, I know you do, bud, and I really appreciate that. I appreciate you guys that do. Um, I really appreciate it. For those of you that have no idea what I'm talking about, I'm getting ready to give you the PayPal total for today. Go back and watch the beginning of this live stream, and you'll see what a family, an online family, actually looks like. Anon says, Jackson, I don't think so, particularly with the F-bar paperwork. Mm, that's an interesting point. Good point, Anon. Very good point. Very good point. Thanks for the update. Stay safe out there. I'm definitely going to do my best for sure, guys. For sure. And we will see what happens from this point forward. I'll keep you guys posted. Be transparent as always. Yep, Ross has got a good point. Ross is I consider Ross to be an expert in the field of financial transactions. So listen to what he says. He's got good. Uh, he's had a lot of practice and he's very good at it. And he says F-bar is only needed for accounts with $10,000 or more at any time. So there you go. And I knew that because of Ross. I really would go down the list and name everybody that did something. Rob V did something. Griffin, uh, um, just so many people that contributed today. I just can't. I can't say thank you enough. I just want to make sure everybody understands that you guys really, really, really. It's a life changing day. It really is a life changing day, and I appreciate it. And for that reason, we'll have another live stream tomorrow, and we'll talk about some different stuff. We had the Phuket Sandbox model today. Everybody had a chance to comment on it and tell me what they think. And we had the opportunity to discuss that. I feel like we had a good discussion around it. If we have any more questions, feel free, guys. I've learned that comments and likes are driving the YouTube algorithm now. So even if you watch this video, feel free to leave a comment below the video, like an actual comment, not just in the live chat, but an actual comment. It seems to be helping the algorithm when it comes to putting your videos out there. And personally, I think it would be great for people to see what a real online community looks like. And we just proved that today, without question. Forex market USD, yeah, that's another possibility. And I agree. You guys are smart and intelligent and do some overwhelmingly amazing things. And I appreciate. You should go for a swim. Yeah, I would if the pools were open, Ross. I definitely would. One thing I may do, because I've been sleeping very little, is take a nap. I definitely may do that. First thing I'm going to do is eat. I haven't eaten breakfast yet, but if I could go for a swim, I probably would, Ross. So thank you, bud. Thank you guys tremendously for all your contributions today. Now let's get a total. Let's blow some people's minds real quick. Remember, let's open up the Cash App first. We had $30 in the Cash App was sent. So 30 in the Cash App, and that can't be right. I didn't have any money in PayPal today, I don't think. I had zeroed it out. Can this be? Hang on, man. Let me make sure real quick before I read this number that all this came in today, because I got Let's view all activity and see if everything came in today. June 12th, June 12th, 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 12th. All right, Mary was the first one today. So 48, 28, 48, 23, 48. 23, 40. My goodness. Well, we set a record today, guys. Let me get back to the homepage right here. PayPal total $869.94. Absolutely unfreaking believable. Add the 30 to that, you got $899, so basically $900. That's unbelievable. That's absolutely unbelievable. I cannot say thank you enough. There will be no need for challenges tomorrow. I mean, if you guys want to throw them out, you can. It's up to you. But there will be no need for any kind of challenges on Super Chat tomorrow. Yeah, Ross, that's what I was going to say. That's about $400 short of a month's pay. So that will definitely cover the half month, and just absolutely unbelievable. Once again. Oh yeah, plus the $20 super chat minus 30% minus that, so 7,714. So plus the $14 for that puts it a little over 900. But that super chat money will come next month. This is today money, the Cash App and PayPal. Absolutely, absolutely unbelievable. When I say I love you guys, I mean it. I really mean it. And I thank you all for giving me this kind of support during this time. I'm still looking at the number and I'm having a hard time believing that's an absolute record for the day for this channel. And I just can't believe we pulled it off. And I will definitely do more live, Tim. Definitely. Absolutely. And I encourage you all to do the same thing. Like I said, with the time off this week, it's going to be awesome. Eric says they have other water besides the pool to go swimming, right? LOL. Yeah, but there's not a beach nearby. not where I live. But it's good to see you, Eric. I hope you've been here for the whole thing. I don't know if you've been here or not. Only thing I can say is I'm a very blessed guy. Very fortunate guy to have such a good group of people. Yeah, and I don't think I'll be doing that. But overwhelming gratitude does not begin to express how thankful I am for all of you and what's happened today. Thank you for covering my life. Did I just receive another PayPal? Greg, man. Greg Williams just sent in another. He says make it 1,000 for the show. He just sent in another $100. Another $100. Look at that. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. It's like when you guys told me you would have my back if something like this happened, and I didn't really think about it that way. I never really count on people. And not only do you have my back, you pretty much covered everything. And I am beyond Greg. you guys that have sent in money. Again, I can't play favorites to who sent contributions in today, but I can just tell you that you guys that have made such a huge impact, I just overwhelmingly appreciate you. And if you contributed anything today, just know that you've had a profound positive effect on DoMoreLife and on me and on the channel. And as always, guys, I won't let you down. I'll keep kicking out content, and we'll keep having these discussions, and hopefully everything will pass. Everything will pass in time. It's been 2 hours of amazing, just amazingness. From the bottom of my heart, I appreciate it, for real. Anon says, seriously, you could. Oh, Roy said our swimming pools and maybe gyms can open on Monday here in Pattaya. Yes, that's what I was reading. That's what I was talking about, Roy. You're right. There's a possibility on Monday that gyms, pools, and foot massages may open in Pattaya on Monday. I did read that this morning in an article. I didn't read any news from any articles today because we had so much going on. So I think I'll save that for tomorrow. We'll just do a roundup for the week and catch up on everything that's going on. We'll get some actual numbers on how many jabs have gone out, how many more are expected to come in. I'll update you guys on some timelines that we haven't talked about yet because there is plenty of information out there that I just didn't get to today. So it'll be awesome. Ross says JC has a beautiful pools at his condo complex. Shame they're closed. Yeah, it really is a shame they're closed, Ross, but because there are two very, very, very beautiful pools here that I would love to swim in right now. It would be amazing. And I says, seriously, you could take the BTS Green Line pretty close to the beach in Samut Prakan. Yeah, that's true. I could. That's possible. Ross says foot massages are open on Second Road here in Rayong. Oh, well, that's good. That means that at least some of the businesses are starting to reopen around the country. That's good. That's great news. That's what we want. That's one reason I've been so frustrated with this whole thing is because, like, the school, right, that I work for. Again, it's not their fault. It's not their fault. But they had to do what they had to do. So the furlough came because the schools that we provide for they're not open, and that's what's brought about. That situation is the lack of jabs, the lack of the rollout, and sure, you could point fingers, but it wouldn't do any good. So I'm not going to. All I'm going to do is just say that we had a record day today, and I'll be okay now. My stress level is back down to basically zero. I can't say thank you enough to everybody. I just can't say thank you enough. So I'm going to leave it at thank you. And you guys, from the bottom of my heart, I really, really, really appreciate you having my back. And in times like this, I really appreciate it. It's unbelievable. I will continue. My promise to you is always travel, fun, photography, and education. I will continue to bring the content, and you guys continue to show up to watch it, and we'll get through it. We'll get through it, and I look forward to the upcoming week now. Got some free time, and going to be able to make some videos I've been wanting to make, and I'll get those out. And for my channel members, I'll get you a video, or we'll have a live stream or something. I'll announce it for you guys, and we'll do something special because today has been a special day. It really has. And I just want to say thanks again to everybody from the bottom of my heart. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And what a pleasure and a privilege it is to have a community behind me after everything this channel's been through with, the drama and everything else. It's just unbelievable. It really is unbelievable. $1,000 today, guys. Unbelievable. Absolutely unbelievable. So I'll be taken care of, and that'll also add money to the channel fund. So if everything goes back on track like normal, like it's supposed to in July, we'll be good to go. We'll be good to go. 42 thumbs up and 4 thumbs down. Good. So that means we had at least 4 trolls. And that makes me happy when they come around. So, Lyle says 8 more. I wish we could get 8 more, but I'm sure people watching this video give it a thumbs up. We did get the content out at the end. We just had to get me out of the way first, and I appreciate you guys doing that. I really appreciate it. I love you guys. I mean it. Whatever you do today, be sure to do more life. And I will see you tomorrow, same time, same place, different topic. Really, thank you guys.